questions of power, let no more be heard of confidence in man, but bind him from his mischief with the chains of the Constitution. The Constitution was to restrain government, but to protect our freedom, and we've lost that message. It should be enough that the Constitution, if we obeyed it, we'd balance our budget every year. But you've seen how untrustworthy they've become. How when one man stands up, when Senator Bunning stood up and said, obey your own rules, pay as you go, no one defended him. But you know what? When we stood up and defended him, people in Kentucky heard it and rallied to our cause. What's great about the Constitution and about freedom is that it's a wonderful way to live, but also as a consequence, it's an incredibly prosperous system. About 2 months ago, a local attorney here, Alan Simpson and others, organized a benefit for Haiti. But I tell people, it's not just the miracle of having people who are charitable, but we have this incredible wealth because of our system. We need to be proud of capitalism. You don't see Cuba having the immense wealth we have. They can't help anyone in need. We can help people in need because of our system. But we have to understand it. When we had a crisis recently, when we had a crisis and things were teetering in the balance, people blamed capitalism, wrongly so. It was the government. It's the government that needs to be regulated. It's the Federal Reserve that needs to be restrained in order to avoid these recessions. People say to me, what can one man do? What can one senator do? What I say to them is, it's more than just me. It's you. It's a nationwide movement, and what I say to Washington is, watch out, here we come. People are already saying, now you need to weave and dodge, now you need to switch, now you need to give up your conservative message, you need to become a moderate, you need to give up the Tea Party, you need to distance yourself. The Tea Party message is not a radical message, it's not an extreme message. What is extreme is a $2 trillion deficit. That's what's extreme. The Tea Party message calls for things that are widely popular among Republicans, Democrats, and Independents. Term limits. Go out and take a poll. 70 to 80% of people are for term limits. Forcing Congress to balance the budget by law. Take a poll. Everybody's for it, but it never happens. We can do it. It can be popular. Reading the bills. Who is opposed to them reading the bills? Is that an extreme idea to have them read the bills? They tell me they want me to wait to buy a gun. I tell them they need to wait to pass legislation. I propose they wait 1 day for every 20 pages. That'll keep them busy for a while. Finally, one of the things, because some people say, well, other incumbents will lose tonight. Other establishment figures may lose tonight, but it wasn't the Tea Party that did it. What is going on, though, is that there's a movement among the country that people don't like the arrogance of officialdom, the arrogance of power. Congress, we think in the Tea Party, shall pass no law they don't make applicable to themselves. I'm still unclear, did they exempt themselves from the health care bill or did they not? Did they forget to do it or are they still going to do it? But I know one thing, they do want to exempt themselves from the health care bill. They exempt themselves from Social Security. Goes down the line. That's an arrogance that people are tired of. And finally, the Tea Party message says that every bill should enumerate where it gets its authority from the Constitution. I am humbled by this victory tonight. I'm humbled by your support. I hope you'll fight on with us till November, and I thank you very much for coming out tonight. Let's have a party!
Rand Paul accepting the nomination of the Republican Party for U.S. Senate. That's his wife, Kelly, who she told me back in November that Rand Paul, when he went to her and talked about running for Senate, told her that he thought he had about a 30% chance of winning the Republican nomination for U.S. Senate. She said,